Inhale, both arms up. Hastasana, high mountain. Exhale, slow forward fold to the ground. Hands in line with feet. Relax the back of the neck, option to bend the knees. Inhale to halfway lift, press chest forwards. Watch to not scrunch the back of the neck, but keep the back of the neck long. Hands to the mat, stepping back into plank. Shoulders stacking over the wrists, fingers spread wide. Slow push through the hands, moving the hips into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up for three-legged dog. Active warrior three back leg. So square the hips and press through your back heel. Turning the toes down towards the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose as you rock forwards into a plank position. And inhale back into three-legged dog. Pressing out through your back heel. Exhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Exhale, press back, three-legged dog. One more time, knee to nose, round through the spine. Really lift the thigh into your chest. Press back, three-legged dog, active back leg, and step forwards between the hands. When you step, option to move your right hand out the way to make that step a little easier. Make sure your right knee is stacked over your ankle and back leg is strong and straight. Focus your eyes as we inhale, come up for high lunge. Reaching up through the sides of the body and lunging deep into your front leg. Inhale to lengthen and reach through the fingertips. And exhale, we slowly fold forwards into our pyramid stretch, bringing hands onto either side of the right foot. Or if you need to, hands come up onto the shin. Scissor the hips. And keep the spine nice and long. Bend the front knee to a lunge. And exhale, press back into pyramid. Draw right hip back, left hip forwards to keep those hips level. Inhale to low lunge, lift the chest. Exhale to press back pyramid. One more time. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, press back pyramid. Scissor the hips and hold and breathe. Go on lengthening the spine. Lovely. Moving back into low lunge, ground through the hand sweep, right leg up, three-legged dog, press through the heel, active, strong, straight back leg. And come back into downward facing dog. Option to take child's pose if you need, or hold here and breathe. Over to the left, inhale, left leg up for three-legged dog. Square the hip, flex the foot, toes pointing towards the mat. Breathe in. Exhale, knee to nose as we shift our weight forwards to the hands. And inhale, kick back, three-legged dog. Exhale, forwards for two, rounding through the spine. Inhale, press back, three-legged dog. One more time, knee to nose, press that thigh into your chest. Reach back, three-legged dog. And preparing to step forwards between the hands, option to move that left hand out the way. Make sure your left knee is stacking over your ankle. Back leg strong and straight. Inhale for high lunge, arms up. Lunging deep into that front thigh. Trying to bring the knee in line with the hip and keeping the knee stacked over the ankle if you can. Reach up through the sides of the body as we breathe in. Exhale, straightening the front knee, slowly folding forwards into our pyramid. Scissoring the hips and keeping the spine long. Inhale, bend your front knee into a lunge. Exhale, press back for pyramid. Option here to place hands onto shins or keep fingertips in line with your left foot. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale to press back. One more time. Inhale, low lunge. Try and keep your back as straight as possible as we forward fold. Hold here. hips nice and level. Shoulders relaxed. Spine long. Inhale, moving back into low lunge. Ground through the hands and sweep the left leg up for three-legged dog. Strong, straight, active back leg. And grounding back into downward facing dog. Breathing here. Looking forwards to the top of the mat. Option to walk, step, or jump between the hands. Inhale, we halfway lift. Exhale to forward fold, relax the back of the neck. Inhale, rise to standing, arms up. Lengthening through the sides of the body. And exhale, grounding into Tadasana, arms to your sides. Taking a moment to come back to your breath. Inhale, arms up, Hastasana. Reach up through the fingertips. Exhale, slowly forward fold. Uttanasana, head down, fingers in line with the toes, back of the neck is relaxed. Inhale to halfway lift. Press chest forwards, going lengthening through the spine. Bringing hands to the mat, step back into plank. Shoulders over wrists, thighs pressing away from the ground. Press through the hands to move the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Inhaling the right leg up for three-legged dog, strong, straight, active back leg. Keep the hips parallel to the ground, toes flexed towards the mat. Go on pressing back through the heel. Knee to nose, step forwards into high lunge. Make sure to stack the right knee above the ankle, back leg is straight. Inhaling, arms up. Go on reaching up through the fingers and lunging deep into the front knee. Slowly straightening the right leg, moving into pyramid pose. This time aeroplaning the arms back behind you, keeping the chest parallel to the mat, spine long. Bending the front knee. Inhale, taking the arms up, high lunge. Reaching up through your fingertips. Slowly straightening the right leg. Squaring the hips. And aeroplaning the arms back. Bending your front knee. Taking the arms up, high lunge. Go on lengthening through the sides of the body. And last time, straightening the front leg. Moving into our active pyramid pose. From here, bend the front knee, keeping the arms in airplane, step into warrior three. Shifting the weight into the front foot, floating the back heel up, square the hips, feel that active warrior three back leg. Grounding the hands, bringing your hands underneath the shoulders. Moving into standing splits, allow the hip to open and forward fold, head down. Bend the knees as you take your left knee behind the right knee, crossing the thighs into a curtsy squat. And then pressing back into standing splits, lifting that left leg up nice and high. Squatting into curtsy squat. Folding left thigh behind the right. Pressing back into standing splits, folding head down. One more time, curtsy squat. And pressing back to standing splits, active back leg. Bend your right knee, take a big step to the back of the mat, and walk your hands past the center through Prasarita Padottanasana, a wide-legged standing forward fold. From here, moving to the back of the mat, walk your hands towards your left leg and fold forwards into pyramid. Squaring your hips, lengthening the spine, and forward fold. Nice deep breaths here. You now slowly release, preparing to come into our standing single leg Tadasana. So bending the left knee, bring your right knee up into your chest. Come to standing in one-legged Tadasana, focusing the eyes for balance. Kick your right leg forwards, arms up overhead. Flex the toes and see how much you can lift that right leg up. Visualize yourself here in Warrior 3, just with gravity in a different position. Breathe in, taking a pistol squat to the ground, bend your left knee, slowly lowering the hips to the mat. Coming to sit, inhale, arms up, and forward fold over the right leg, and relax through the shoulders. Gaze forwards, inhale, arms reach up, lengthen up, reach your right hand back towards the front of the mat, turn towards the right hip and the outer edge of the right foot. As you press up into a supported side plank position, push through the right hand, lift through the hips, breathe in, and then flipping back into downward facing dog. Shuffle back onto your mat if you need to, and come back to downward facing dog. Coming back to your breath. Go lifting the hips and pressing through the hands. Option to take child's pose here if you need to. Moving to the left side now. Taking the left leg up for three-legged dog. Flex the foot. Strong, straight, active left leg. Visualizing that's going to be your back leg in Warrior 3. Gaze forwards, knee to nose. Step forwards into high lunge. Making sure to stack knee over ankle. Inhale, arms up. Reaching up through the sides of the body, lunging deep into the front knee. Straightening the left leg as we slowly move into pyramid pose. Scissor the hips, left hip back, right hip forwards. Trying to keep the spine nice and lengthened as we forward fold. Aeroplane the arms back, keep your chest lifted. Bend the front knee, inhaling arms up, back into high lunge, reaching up through the sides of the body. Forward fold, pyramid pose, squaring off the hips, aeroplaning arms back. One more time, bending the front knee, high lunge, inhale, arms up, reach up, and straightening through the left leg, slow forward fold, moving into your pyramid. Preparing for Warrior 3, Bend the left knee. Shift your weight into the left foot. Floating the right leg up, strong, straight, active back leg. Focusing drishti for balance. And then releasing hands to the mat. Forward fold, standing splits. Really go on lifting the right leg up. Moving into our curtsy squat, this time folding the right thigh behind the left, bending through the knees. And then kicking the right leg high, standing splits, head is down. Bending the knees, curtsy squat, deep lunge. Pressing the right thigh high, standing splits. From here, taking a big step to the back of the mat, bend the front knee. Big step as we pass through the center, past Prasarita. And turning to the back of the mat and forward fold now over the right leg in your pyramid pose. Drawing the right hip back to square off the hips. Lengthen the spine. And release head down. Deep breaths here. Preparing to move in our standing single leg Tadasana. Bend your right knee. Come up to standing, bringing left knee into the chest. Standing up tall, focus eyes for balance. Extending the left leg out, arms up overhead. Reach up through the sides of the body, kick the left leg high, breathe in. Slowly pistol squat to the ground, bending the right knee, sitting back all the way to seated. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Folding over the left thigh. Relaxing shoulders, relaxing neck. Coming back to the breath. Gaze forwards, inhale, arms up, reach up. This time taking your left hand behind you towards the front of the mat, big step with that left hand. Turn to the outer edge of your left foot, sweeping up into our supported side plank, press hips up, push through your bottom hand, breathe in, and turning back into downward facing dog. Shuffling back to the mat and grounding in your downward dog. Take a few deep breaths here in down dog or child's pose. Checking back in with your body. If you're in downward dog, go on pressing through your hands and lifting the hips up and back. No tension in the neck. Gently coming towards the top of the mat now. Walk, step or jump towards your hands. Inhale to halfway lift. Press chest forwards, lengthen the spine. And exhale to forward fold, release the head down, soften the neck completely. Inhale, rising to standing, reaching up in Hastasana, high mountain. Arms to your sides, Tadasana, mountain pose. Close your eyes if you want and just take a few breaths here to ground. Next, we'll be moving through a few variations of Warrior 3. So starting in tree pose, Vrikshasana, take hold of your right ankle and bring your right heel as high as you can up along the left thigh. Try and squeeze your heel into your thigh into the heel to keep that foot there. Alternatively, have the foot a little bit lower if that feels better for you. Wherever you are, focus your eyes for tree. Eyes are still for balance, finding that drishti point. When you feel ready, inhale, take both arms up. Reaching up. We extend the right leg forwards for our single-legged Tadasana. Again, we're in that Warrior 3 shape, just standing upright. Now pendulum your right leg back as you bring hands to heart center. Lean forwards into Virabhadrasana 3. Think of squaring your hips, keeping your chest parallel to the ground, keep your collarbones open. Press through that back heel just as we felt through the whole class. Finding the balance. Bend the left knee, step back into high lunge. Inhale, arms up. We move back into Warrior 3. This time with the arms in the aeroplane, so the pose might feel a little different. So let's aeroplane your arms back. Focus your eyes. You can step in or sweep back quickly into Warrior 3, whatever works for you. Begin to float the back leg up, toes facing towards the floor. Push through the back heel. Lift the arms, lift the chest, breathe in. Big step back, this time hands to the mat, low lunge. And stepping back, downward dog. Pedal out the feet, do whatever feels good here, releasing the ankles. And grounding back in downward dog. Moving into three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg kicks up, strong, straight, active back leg. Step forwards for high lunge. Inhaling both arms up. Reaching up. So this time, full version with arms overhead. Gaze forwards, find your drishti. Lean forwards to bring the body parallel to the mat. Shift weight into the right foot. And floating the left leg up, full Warrior 3. Square the hips, push through the back heel, reach through the fingertips, inhale. Bring the left knee up into the right thigh and come back into tree pose on the other leg. Placing heel to thigh, or wherever feels comfortable. Come into tree pose. Focusing the eyes. Reconnect with your drishti. When you're ready, arms float up overhead, lengthen through the sides of the body. Prepare to kick that left leg forwards, single leg Tadasana, kick that leg up high, reach through the fingers. Hands come to heart center. As we pendulum that left leg back. Coming into Warrior 3 with hands to heart center, press your thumbs against the center of the chest. Focus your eyes and really focus on keeping the chest upright here. Lean the body forward, parallel to the floor. Think of that back leg kicking back. Stepping back to high lunge, bend the right knee. Inhale, arms up. High crescent lunge. Moving back into Warrior 3, this time arms are in aeroplane arms. Keep your chest lifted. Step in or float straight away into Warrior 3, arms back. Chest up. Flex that back foot, push through the heel. Square off the hips. Taking a breath in. Big step back into low lunge, hands ground. Step back, downward facing dog. Breathing here in down dog. Moving into three-legged dog, left leg floats up. Inhale, strong, straight, active back leg. Stepping forwards for high lunge. Knee over ankle, eyes are focused. Inhale, arms up. Full version of our warrior three now. So leaning forwards. Keep those arms reaching ahead, bodies parallel to the ground. Focus your eyes as you step in or float into warrior three. Square off the hips, drop that right hip down as much as possible. Squeeze the right heel up. Reach through the fingers and back heel. Take one more breath here. Float up to Tadasana, feet together, arms up, inhale. Arms down and relax. Come back to your breath. Gently coming towards the ground now. We bend the knees to sweep into Utkatasana, chair pose. Sitting our way back into the heels, sit low. Continue to come all the way down towards the mat, squatting down to Malasana. And bringing the upper arms below the knees. Just taking a moment to round through the spine. Relaxing any tension from the upper back and shoulders. And then gently sitting your hips back down into the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together in your Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Inhale, lift the chest as you wrap your hands around the outer edges of the feet. Sit tall. If it feels better to have your hands behind your back and press the thighs down, do whatever feels best for you. Even option to walk your hands forwards and forward fold. From here, we'll move into a gentle pigeon. So shift your weight onto the right sit bone as you sweep your left leg behind you. Take your right knee wide out to the side. Center your hips so that there's even weight through both sides of the pelvis. Inhale to lift chest. And exhale, gently forward fold. Either on your elbows or fully extend your arms, wherever feels comfortable. Take a few moments to settle into your pigeon. Go on sliding the left leg back to get the hips more and more grounded. Taking 5 long deep breaths here. There shouldn't be any discomfort in your right knee. If there is, maybe move out of the pose or place a block underneath the right sit bone to take weight off the knee. If you don't have a block, just sit off onto the right hip, even if your hips aren't straight now, so that there's no weight on that right knee. Otherwise, best to come out of the pose There should be no knee pain here. Slowly we walk the hands back up towards you. Changing legs to a seated position, bring your left leg forwards and extend your right leg back. Shuffle your left knee wide out to the side. The wider the knee is, the more stable the base and more comfortable it is. Your heel can come up as high as you want it to. No pressure to have that shin parallel to the top of the mat, wherever it's comfortable for your body. Forward fold. Garden sliding back through the right thigh. Settling into the hips. Making sure there's no discomfort in the front knee. And breathing here. Gently moving out of the pose as we press back up onto the hands. Sit off towards the left as you bring your right leg in front, left foot in front, holding back your knees. Inhale, lift the chest. And then slowly rolling down onto your back. Keeping the knees bent. Bring your heels a little bit closer towards your sit bones. As we move into a bridge position, a gentle back bend after all those forward bends. Arms to your sides, feet hip distance apart, pressing the hips up into bridge. Watch that you're not overstretching the back of your neck. Keep your chin straight up towards the ceiling. Option to keep your arms where they are or interlace the fingers and gently tucking the shoulders underneath. Pressing the upper arms into the mat. Go on lifting through the chest and hips. Pushing down through the feet. Go on lifting. Letting that work through the back of the legs. One more deep breath here. And then releasing the bind and lowering the hips back onto the mat. Float your arms into a cactus position, and option to windscreen wiper the knees from side to side. Allowing the body to release and unwind. And then moving to our Shavasana, extend your legs along the floor. Let your feet flop out to the sides. Hands wherever they feel comfortable or down alongside your body with the palms facing up. Close your eyes. And turn your awareness to your breath. Allow yourself to completely relax and let go here in Shavasana. Namaste.